Hi buddy, it's Papa Kenny. We're working on the old work truck here, or the dad truck, whatever you want to call it. I had this truck a long time. Currently, I'm over here at my brother-in-law's beautiful garage right up the road from me. Shout out to him for letting me use it. I don't have to lay in the leaves or in the driveway. Anywho, I got a hard pull to the right, and as you can see, or maybe cannot see, if you look at that passenger's tire, you can see this mad hook to it. Alright, and I do think the driver's side, yes. So, I did jack it up the other night, and I was checking front end parts. Now I did front end work on this a couple of years ago, but I learned a few things since then. Alright, so right now, if I jack my truck up and you shake the wheel, there's a lot of motion in it. And what's happening, here's your tie rod, and I'll show this a lot more once we get underneath. But there's a couple clamps here that tighten these down. Well, right now I got to tighten in the outer joint here, whatever you want to call it. It's just moving inside this knuckle right here. We try to tighten it up, but in the meantime, it comes loose and the wheel's moving back and forth. So we're gonna attempt to address that. Now, like I said, I did front end work before. I bought a whole kit, upper and lower A-frames. The kit came with everything. In or out of tie rods, pitman arm, and one other part. Anyhow, I'm pretty sure I wasn't paying attention, and there is an inner and outer. So it's a good possibility that I have two inners on one side and two outers. I'm not 100% sure. But we're going to jack it up, take a look under there, see what we can see. Now, the other night when I jacked it up and I found that out, I'm totally out of adjustment. So I couldn't even pull that wheel in, which leads me to believe maybe possibly that I put it together the wrong way in the first place. So we're going to do what you call a driveway alignment. Be using some jack stands and some strings, possibly a straight edge, I don't know yet. The object is to try to get a square box around the truck and to measure up a couple different points and then set your front end from there. But as I go along setting that up, I'll show you what I mean. Right now I'm going to jack the truck up. I'm going to take a good look underneath. I don't know if the drag link's off, if I have to turn the steering wheel, all that kind of part. But I'll try to explain that once we get underneath there. All right, let me jack the truck up, get my bed down, and we'll get underneath it. All right, so I got it jacked up, and I'll give you an idea how much it was moving. It's not moving half as bad as it was the other night, because I really tightened it down. But after a couple days on these roads over here, it seems to come loose. And I know at some point, that thing's gonna pop out. But we got some play there. The upper and lower ball joints feel fine. I did replace them already also. I do have some movement. I can't even tell if my steering wheel's moving, but it should be locked. So I'm working off a tripod, so bear with me. I'm gonna crawl underneath here and show you guys what I'm dealing with and what my plan is. All right, so here's the passenger side tie rod. You got your inner, you got your outer, and your adjustment sleeve. Like I was explaining, the other night I got under here and I tried to bring the wheel in, I couldn't because these two things are touching, I couldn't bring it in anymore. So I just locked it down where it is. I did replace these. Pitman arm, that's the pitman arm, I guess it's a drag link or whatever. But I replaced that, and I replaced those tie rods a couple years ago, and this truck doesn't drive very far. But gives you an idea what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to let the truck back down. I'm going to set the string up. Like I said earlier, the idea is to try to get a nice square box around the truck. And there's a couple of different ways I could do it, but we'll see how it goes. Now's a good time to hit that like button. You know, it doesn't cost you anything. It helps me get noticed and puts my videos out there, because maybe some other crazy people want to see a crazy old man working on his back. But that's okay. So hit that like button. Leave a comment now if you want. And then if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button while you're waiting for me to set this all up. Alright guys, we'll see you back in 1 second. Alright, so here was option A I could have went with. It's running a straight edge across the tire using a ruler. I'm going to use a paint stick, I think. Come to the inside of the rim, make a mark, and come to the front, make a mark, and see what the difference is. Let's see what that works out to be. Alright? Just out of curiosity. I'm going right to the edge of the rim, where it sticks out the most. I don't feel this is the most accurate way, and I'll explain that in just a second. Alright, so it's telling me like I'm 1/8 of an inch off. So 1/8 of an inch is quite a bit. But the problem is, I didn't check the air pressure. If this air pressure is the same as the other side, can actually see I'm hitting part of the white lettering there and not there. Same thing on the other side. So I don't believe I'm getting 100% accuracy by that way. You can see that the white letter was here, you know, too many variables. So what I think I'm going to do is take a measure off the center cap all the way around the truck and try to make my box out of string. Alright, that'll be option B or 2. So let's set that up and see what it looks like. I think it's going to take me longer to set up this video than it is to do the actual job. But that's all part of it, right? Did you hit that like button? Please do. And I know you may be asking why I'm not using the lift. For one, the majority of this work is going to be done on the ground. Yes, I can put on a lift, take it all apart, but I still got to lower the vehicle down on the ground with all the weight on it to get the proper doodah. Because as you see, when you jack it up, it takes all the pressure and the wheels go in, whatever. Proper way, all the way down, weight on the wheels. Alright, so I'm going to set up the square string box, and then I'll show you what we're going to do from there. Alright, so I got my string set up, and this means absolutely nothing, because I got to tear it all apart, but I wanted to give you guys an idea how I'm setting it up. Alright, so I got 4 jack stands. What I end up doing, running the string right from the rear to the front, just barely touching the outside of the tire, rear tire, to the front where it's touching there. I did that on both sides. Okay? Then, just to give me, see if I'm in the ballpark, I put a tape measure from center to center, and I'm looking at, it's 74 inches between string to string, roughly. We're not going for perfection here, we're just trying to get it better than it was. Come over here, center of the string, I'm eyeballing it, by the way. Center over here, I'm like 73 and 7/8. We're in the ballpark, so it's close enough. Not to mention, let me show you what else I did. I came off the center cap, as you can see. Just a hair under 2 inches. And this is going to be skewed because it's running so far off. Same thing, right there, 2 inches. But if you come to the edge of this rim right here and measure to the string, 7/8 of an inch. So come to the back side, look at that. Like 1 1/4 inches. You can actually see the distance between the string, the corner of this rim and the string, how much this tire is bowed out. So that's what I was looking for. Same thing on the other side here. 2 inches off the center cap. And it's still kicked away, but not as much as the other side. We're over here at, again, 1 inch. And over here, I keep hitting the string, is like 1 inch and 3/16. So this one's gonna come out, that one's gonna come out a whole lot. Just trying to give you an idea how I laid out, how I laid it out, right there, 2 inches. So we're in the ballpark. It took me longer to do this than it's gonna change the tie rod. So, all right, I'm gonna jack the truck up. We're gonna get the tie rod off, and at least we get an idea how much we gotta adjust it. In the ideal world was me to get that tie rod off while this is all set up, but That's okay. I got my marks. I can reset up the string. All right, let's jack it up and get that tie rod off. I did take some masking tape and tape where the jack stands were on the floor, because obviously we got to move them to get out of the way of the front end. All right, let's get the front. Let's get this thing apart. I don't want to snap these. These are hard to come by. Brakes all look good. I think while I'm at it, let's check it out. While I'm here, if I gotta replace them, I might as well replace them. Nah. Yes, could use pads. I think I'm gonna get some pads, but I'm gonna get this tie rod off, and all it is, cotter pin there, punch the thing out. Hopefully that easy. It's never that easy. Because I get a feeling that this is gonna break when I go to pull it out. Yep, that's easy enough. Over there. All right, get some tools. Not sure what size they are. Could be metric. Of course, right? All right, let me get the metrics. Oh, that feels like that'll work. Hopefully it don't stand. I'll leave the nut on in case I gotta smash it off. Take this inside one off. All right. Pickle fork right here. Alright guys, I gotta move you for a minute. As soon as I get it off, I'll pick it back up. So, I got it off. If I lay them pretty close to center, look at the difference. I had no more play in here. They're actually both all the way in, and this one actually looks bent. And let me pick it up over here. As you can see, they're bottomed down in there, so I couldn't pull them in anymore. And it kept coming loose over here, making a wheel. So hopefully it's gonna tighten it up. Let's get this in. I'll loosen the other side. I'm gonna try to adjust the other side just a little bit while we're underneath there. Alright guys, so I got the other tie rod on, the new one. I left these loose so I can adjust this. Alright, I didn't put the cotter pins on. The other thing I did is this lock nut right here. I didn't have one of those either, but I took it off the original tie rod that I exchanged with the last one. Anyways, I had a nut, so I put another check nut on there because it didn't come with the new one. I preferred to have that, so we're gonna put the tire on and run the string, see where we're at. Okay, before I let it down, I got these here dollies. I got two of these. I'm gonna try to put them under the wheels, and maybe that'll help me turn it in and out. So we'll give it a shot. What do we got to lose? Little dolly things are not gonna work. They were too high. I think they were getting ready to break the wheels. All right, so we got everything laid out. Jack stands where they were. As you can see, you look on tape measure lined up there across the front. 74, it's just about 74 inches. We got a nice straight line going down the back. Same thing on the other side. Now we come back here. Do the same thing with the string, just touching the rear tires across the front. I know it's hard to see. There we go. Same measurement, like 74 and an eighth or a quarter, a little bit off, but like I said, we're not going for perfection. And we'll go back over the front now. We're gonna see the difference of that tie rod being a little bit smaller. Now I'm towed out the opposite direction, you see it? Let me get something to show you right here, okay? Come up to here, up on my finger. Look at that, big half-inch difference. So I'm gonna get under there, give it a couple turns, and see if we can get it a little bit straighter. I did actually loosen the other side. I'll give that a little bit of crank to straighten it out. I'm using a trash bag, so I'm hoping that the tires will slide on this a little bit better. I don't know. I could have probably put cardboard down with grease in between it, but we'll see how this goes. So, that garbage bag worked perfect on a concrete floor, just so you know. Probably moves in and out nice and easy just by cranking on that sleeve. There we go, we're nice and straight all the way across. All I gotta do is get under there, put the cotter pins in and lock everything down. I wanna show you one other thing when it comes to these saddles, and I was thinking about it. All right, you gotta make sure the alignment, see where that slice is? I don't think I want this on the same place. I want it at 180. So there's a nice bite there. So I'm gonna lock that down underneath, put the cotter pins in, we'll take it for a ride and see if it's any better. All right, everybody, got it out of the garage. I started to do a quicker video, but the battery died. All right, so let me straighten out the wheel and give you a little better idea. My wheel's straight, okay? Take a look at the front end now. Much better. Yeah, I could probably go a little bit more, and I probably will. Just one more little turn. Let's take it for a ride, see how it reacts. Okay, this thing pulled so hard to the right before that I used to have the wheel have cranked way over here like this. All right, so let's go for a ride around the block. Oh yeah, much better. I still can go a little bit more, so I'm gonna go another half a turn, and we should be good. Yeah, half a turn more, and I'll be okay. Much better, much better. This thing was horrendous all over the road. But, all right, let's bring it back and we'll do a recap.